That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
At Love It Once More Thrift Store in Clinton, we have everything you need for summer fun. And right now, all our kids and adult clothes are 10% off. This is Connie reminding you to shop here and donate here first. See us on Facebook or DivaDailyNews.com.
This is Ryan Utterback with Utterback Real Estate. Don't get burned.
No worries, I have my SPF 1000.
It's time to list your house with us while the market's still hot.
Like Pekin wrapped jalapenos.
And that's why you're the other Ryan.
List your house today by clicking the Utterback Real Estate icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Len Casper, new voice of the Chicago White Sox, reminding you this is where the Sox play. WHOW AM and FM.
Brought to you by Enel Green Power's Alta Farms Wind Project, Baum Chevy Buick, Clinton Athletic Boosters, Clinton Community YMCA, Covenant Animal Clinic, Liberty Village, Midstate Eye, Nan Krang with Remax Choice, your 217 home team, Warner Hospital and Health Services, and ServPro of Piatt, DeWitt counties.
The WHOW Morning Show is now video streamed live on the WHOW WEZC DeWittDailyNews.com Facebook page and on the new WHOW TV YouTube channel. Watch Morning Show host Seth Lawrence interview guests live, as well as watch archived video podcasts of any interview you missed. Whether on Facebook or YouTube, we're providing two more ways that Central Illinois' local news station, WHOW, delivers compelling content for you.
Hey, this is Todd Gleason from Illinois Extension here with a time change for our daily market report on WHOW. You can now catch our daily review of the commodity markets at 5:06 on all of WHOW's many platforms. You'll still hear all of our commodity analysts and weather professionals each afternoon, but at a brand new time. And you'll still hear the weekly wrap-up of the commodity markets right here on WHOW when Commodity Week airs Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. Remember the time change for the daily closing market report on WHOW at our new time, 5:06 p.m. weekdays.
DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air and online 24 hours a day. The latest local news stories are heard every hour on Central Illinois' news station, the Big 1520 AM and 92.3 FM WHOW. Stream live at DeWittDailyNews.com. They're also heard every hour on the station that's your easy choice, 95.9 FM WEZC. And to read the latest local news on your electronic device, including tablets, iPhones, and smartphones, go to DeWittDailyNews.com. DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air, online 24 hours a day.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio this morning, Whitney Ortiz, is the director of the Atlanta, Illinois Tourism Bureau. Good morning, Whitney.
Oh, good morning, Seth. Sorry I brought the bad weather with me.
Oh, it's all right. Just a little rain. We can always use it. Just actually, that's funny. I was talking to the National Weather Service at 8:30. They said we need more rain. So bring it on, Whitney.
Quarantine.
Yeah, keep bringing it. So, Whitney, with that said, of course, June and July, it's been a busy, time since we've caught up with you. You had the big 4th of July weekend. I'm racking my brain. Did you have much before that? What's been going on this summer in Atlanta?
So we kickstarted towards the end of June, June 18th. We being City of Atlanta Tourism and Logan County Tourism Bureau, we did like this joint endeavor, Logan County Route 66 days, where we had like challenge cards. People could go around to sites around the county. If they did so many, they got to enter into a raffle, which we are actually drawing today at 11:15. So as soon as I finish here, I have to drive to do something else over there. But it was really cool. That started June 18th and it went through July 4th. So it was about a 2-week endeavor. And I think it was pretty cool, especially for year one. We got a lot of people out and about seeing the sites, posting it on social media. That was part of getting extra bonus points was if you tagged in the tourism bureaus and used a certain hashtag. So that was really cool. And I'm excited later today to go down and see how many Logan County got or Lincoln got. We had a box in Atlanta, so I know those numbers. I don't know their numbers. So I can't wait to put it all together and then see how we can make this even better for next year.
Gotcha.
We've already gotten a lot of feedback from it from people who participated and the businesses who participated. So I'm very excited to hopefully take this into 2023 and make it bigger and better.
Yeah, what was this raffle all about? I don't think we talked about this.
It was really cool. So, they had to go to, I'm trying to remember the exact numbers, like 7 shops and restaurants in the county. And they were participating businesses who donated a raffle item.
Mhm.
That was their like admittance to be on the list. And they had to go to at least 7 of them across 2 different towns. So they had to at least go somewhere else besides, especially if they lived in Lincoln. They
Right.
couldn't just only go to Lincoln.
Okay.
They
Which
had to
would
go-
be easy, but yeah.
Yeah, so they had to go somewhere else, and then they could get extra points for going to more businesses, going to the different tourist attractions in each of the communities, and tagging them on social media. I'm about to sneeze. Oh my goodness.
I hate when that
and-
happens. I really hate when that
I know.
happens. I feel you.
So the raffle items are really cool. So I know like Dairy Queen in Atlanta donated a $100 gift card. The gift box had like a really cool, like eclectic gift basket of different things from the shop.
Mhm.
And so I don't know how many different raffle items they're going to put together. I have not seen that yet. It's all in the office of Logan County Tourism Bureau. I know there's more than one though.
Mhm.
It's not just one basket of like thousands of dollars of items. It's a couple of different baskets for a couple different winners.
Okay.
And so we'll draw that today. So I'm thinking in my mind like 5 or so people will win an item. I'm not sure the hard number, so don't quote me on
Okay.
that. Everybody got a cool sticker though. I will
That's
say
fun.
that.
Yeah, that's great. So and not only from your perspective of engagement and participation and those sorts of things, this gets people out into the community spending money at these businesses and restaurants.
Definitely. And that was the whole goal
Yeah.
too. And just for people to really experience Route 66 in Logan County. I mean, there are people who live in the county, and to them, it's just a road. So really getting out and experiencing it as a Route 66 or not just,
Mhm.
oh, I'm driving to Bloomington. I want to skip the interstate construction.
Right.
Let me take Route 66.
If I had $1 for every time I had that thought when I was a kid, yeah,
All the time.
yep, all the time, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
So, and even still, I mean, sometimes it's just an easier way,
Mhm.
easy, less stressful way to get up to
It
where
is,
you're going.
But
So
it's different because you don't experience it as a traveler. It's just like, oh, I'm getting to my destination.
Right,
I'm not
right.
there for the ride versus this hopefully getting the locals out there to enjoy the adventure to the location.
sure. So that wraps up here today. It sounds like. What else have you had going on in the last month or so, Whitney?
So we had our 4th of July fireworks shebang, which I unfortunately was not able to go to the fireworks this year, but I heard rave reviews as usual about it. I'm not surprised. We have a really good fireworks display in Atlanta.
Yep.
So I'm glad that went really well. We're hoping next year to bring back what we did last year. So having baseball games up to it. There was just some hiccups that were going on this year that didn't make it possible, but it was still super fun. We did have the day after fireworks, we had a big cruise in, and we had, I want to say it was 36 cars. It was a beautiful day. So it was, I mean, people had a great time. I saw cars I had not seen at any of my cruise-ins yet.
Cool.
We had this,
So more new people are coming.
yeah, and it was really cool. We had this rescue rod, and that was the name of this vehicle. And it was like a hot rod that was retrofitted to be an ambulance. And they had like it sunk down, like they had the wheels that would like sink the body of the car down. And they opened up the door, and there was a stretcher, an oxygen tank, room for like a doctor to work. It was the coolest thing, and it had sirens too.
Wow.
And the back of the like door had a pinup girl and like a nurse's outfit. It was so cool.
Huh. Never. I like my mind is blown right now.
I had never seen it before, and
Wow.
everybody, of course, that was the start of the show
Oh,
because
sure.
they're like, "Whoa, what
What's-
is that?"
Yeah, what's going on here? So the car cruise in went well, it sounds like. Did you have
Oh,
a
it
number
did.
you were hoping for on that day?
More than I mean, 4th of July weekend can be hit or miss depending on what's going on, who's doing the cruisins when, which you never know until the week of. So
Right.
you plan ahead of time, hoping that you don't go with other cruisins at the same time.
Yep.
We lucked out again this year because the big one up in Bloomington was the day after. That's always
Mhm.
what we really worry about.
Okay.
And then Lincoln had theirs later that day, so the times didn't conflict.
Okay.
So I was very happy. We had over 200 people that came out to look at cars. Missy's Sweet Shop had 4th of July cookies and cupcakes.
Mhm.
Of course, I had 5. I had to. I was working. Had to have some sugar to keep
I
me
feel
up
like
and
that's,
going.
but I feel like that's good for you. Like not as many as you could have.
Yes
you know?
and no. I mean, it's probably not good for my waistband. Give it a few more months.
Well, yeah.
But it's good for my heart. It
Yes.
loves it.
Yes, exactly. How about the rest of the 4th of July weekend? How did things go there?
All in all, we had a lot of people just, in town wandering around. I think Missy's Sweet Shop really helps with that because they'll come for like cookies and then they'll stay and they'll walk around. They'll take photos. Sometimes they'll go to Sip Shack and they'll get like a fancy coffee drink and they'll like continue their walk and wonder. And with it being nice weather that weekend, there were a lot of people just kind of out and about. Like the streets had cars on it, which
Right.
I mean, that's really good sign when you drive into town. You're like, whoa, there's nowhere to park because there's cars everywhere.
Now, wasn't 4th of July weekend like the Christmas in July celebration? Am I remembering that
No,
right?
that's coming up. That's that will be happening in. Let me see, what day is today? That'll be in a week and almost a half. Not this coming weekend, but the following weekend will be Christmas in July.
So 23, 24.
Yes, right. 6 months and 1 and 2 days before Christmas.
Okay, so tell us about Christmas in July that's coming up. By the way, stop. Did I miss anything on 4th of July you wanted to talk about?
No,
I'm
you're
sorry.
a guy.
All right. Again, Whitney Ortiz, director of the Atlanta, Illinois Tourism Bureau, is our guest in studio this morning. Tell us about Christmas in July in a few weekends.
I am so thrilled. We had our last, we were part of this Atlanta Christmas Community Celebration Committee, where it's me, the library, some other people from around town who are very important to putting on events in town, making sure the town looks nice. We meet. This was our last one talking about this event coming up, where next weekend we will decorate the main street. So Arch Street between Race and Vine Street in our parks will be decorated for Christmas, without the snow and ice, but we'll have our sleigh out. We'll have all of our beautiful lights, decorations. Paul Bunyan will have his Santa hat on. So it'll be nice and themed for Christmas. And Missy's Sweet Shop's going to have Christmas cookies going on next weekend, or 23rd, 24th. So not next, but the next weekend until they sell out. When they sell out, they're done.
Okay.
But they'll have Christmas cookies where a portion of every Christmas cookie sold will go back to the committee to help us get bigger, better decorations for Christmas this year.
Right.
And more signage, which is our big thing. Is we're trying to get more signage where people can have photo ops and see what's going on in town. Chubby's is going to be doing their famous cheeseburger special. $1 of every special purchase that weekend will go for the committee also, which is really, really nice. We're going to be doing frozen hot chocolates to, be festive, but also it's very hot outside.
Right. Yes. You were telling me cold hot chocolate, right?
Yes. And it's going to be really cool. We got some syrups and we're going to be blending it with chocolate milk and chocolate packets. So it's going to be so tasty, and it's $1 donations asked if they want a frozen hot chocolate. Top Hat Creamery in Lincoln's actually going to come up with their mobile cart, so we'll have Top Hat Creamery mobile station in town dishing out ice cream in the parks too for those who want another cool, refreshing treat and to hang out. All right. We'll have our market, and we have 40 confirmed vendors inside and outside.
Wow, that's great.
So it's going to be huge. I am so excited. And then we have our golf outing for Christmas in July on July 23rd. We are 2 teams shy of making the outing. So if anybody is interested in doing the golf scramble to benefit the Atlanta Christmas Committee, Christmas Celebration Committee, signups are due in a day and a half. And we need 2 more teams of 4 to register for it to be a go. So we're super encouraged, but we're just shy of making the numbers right now.
All right. So be a part of that if you're interested. Anything else on 4th of July, Christmas in July in Atlanta, Whitney?
It's just going to be a lot of fun, really cool photo ops for your kids. The library is going to be doing programming for children on Saturday. They'll have outdoor games to play. They're doing some sort of beach volleyball game,
cool.
Some sort of bowling. I've seen all the games are in the library. So I've looked at them. They have a Jumbo Connect 4. So a lot of really cool programming. I've been told they may also have face painting that day too. So parents, if you want to shop without your little ones, just drop them off at the library if there's programming going on. It's super safe too. It's on the same block as all the vendors. So you won't be too far from them, but they will be having fun and not annoying you being ready to go and get more stuff.
Yes.
Or buy this, buy that, buy that.
Now, do you foresee this being a yearly thing, Whitney? Would you want to try this again if it's successful?
Oh, most definitely. So this is our 2nd year of doing the market itself, which it will be an annual thing. This is our 1st year doing this Christmas in July idea. I anticipate it successful, and I mean, what better reason to decorate town? Who doesn't want to see cool decorations for a limited time, when there's limited runs? I think it'll be annual as well. Obviously, I'll wait and see if people like it. But based on what I've seen on social media with people talking about the event, I think it'll be successful.
Well, and not to be too presumptive, but I mean, in the future, do you continue to see it to be as a fundraiser for the community, or like for the Christmas decorations?
I would like to,
Okay.
because the Christmas committee, so a lot of our funds either come from my tourism budget. The city has a small budget allocated for Christmas decorations, so the committee decides on what we're looking to purchase. But it's a small town. We don't have a lot of funding, so we want our decorations to be nice and on par with those in like Bloomington, even in Lincoln. And those decorations have a very hefty price tag.
Oh, okay.
So our goal is to be able to afford these nicer, more long-lasting decorations to make the town as beautiful as possible.
So you might need more than a year to raise all that money.
Oh, yes. I mean, I think we've talked about too how we're looking at spending the funds, and it's basically just reinvesting in ourselves to make, more money by doing different things, and then being able to buy pieces at a time to get to what we want, hopefully within a 5-year plan.
Okay.
But instead of just buying, oh, that's a cool decoration, that'll look nice. So really thinking through, what do we want? What do we need? How long will it last? And, will people want to come see that? Because we would like to have we have good Christmas decorations, but we'd like some more photo op decorations, some more durable inflatable ones. Our inflatable ones are nice, but they're, the quality that you buy from the store, not the ones that they manufacture for cities that last the tail of time.
Okay. All right. Very good. So again, highlight all things Christmas in July in a few weeks. What's going on and how do folks learn more?
So July 23rd starts at 10 a.m. The market runs 10 to 4. July 24th, market runs 11 to 4. Christmas in July, downtown decorated with Christmas decorations and a massive market with everything from clothes to books to household goods, you name it, it's there. Follow us on Visit Atlanta, IL on social media or atlantaillinois.org.
That is Whitney Ortiz. She is the director of the Atlanta, Illinois Tourism Bureau. Our guest in studio this morning. More to come on the morning show.
WHOW.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn and beans higher, wheat trading lower. July corn 7.86 up 7 3/4. September corn up 8, 6.41 1/4. December new crop 6.32 up 8 1/2. July beans 16.43 up 12 3/4. August beans up 6 1/2, 15.19 3/4. November new crop up 6 3/4, 14.03 1/4. July wheat 8.67 1/2 down 11 3/4. September wheat down 22. 869 1/2. July bean meal 484 even up 560. July bean oil up 242 66.49. In the livestock market, August live cattle 134.27 up 32 cents. August feeders down 90 cents 170.82. July lean hogs 113.15 up 30 cents. In the energy market, September Brent crude oil down 252 104.50. Look at the markets on this Monday morning. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
For the latest in Central Illinois agricultural news, visit IllinoisFarmRadio.com. Get updated information on markets, weather, ag news, local interviews with NAFB farm broadcaster Jared White, and much, much more. All at IllinoisFarmRadio.com.
Warner Hospital providing ENT health and otolaryngology services to DeWitt County with Gibson Area Hospital and Dr. Jonathan Glickstein. Your ENT health is important, and Dr. Glickstein is an experienced otolaryngologist specializing in ear, nose, and throat conditions and head and neck surgery, dedicated to excellence in patient care for the best ENT services. Now seeing patients at the Warner Specialty Clinic in Clinton. To book your appointment in Clinton, call 217-784-2212.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Again, Whitney Ortiz with the Atlanta, Illinois Tourism Bureau, our guest in studio this morning. And Whitney, how is tourism going in terms of groups coming in, people stopping into Atlanta? How's the summer going from that aspect?
It's going really well. So we are already seeing more companies than last year coming out with their group tours. Last year, we only had 2 proper groups that you can book online, take a Route 66, from Chicago to Santa Monica trip, that sort of group. We only had 2 companies out and about. This year, we've already had, I want to say 5 different companies, and each company will have multiple dates too. So it's like one company may come 10 times in a calendar year.
Really?
Yeah, we have our one that came last year. They came 6 times last year. This year they'll be here for 10 visits.
Really?
Which is really nice. So their bookings have increased in popularity due to the restrictions lifting and people, wanting to travel more now.
Wow.
Which it's really encouraging to see. And I mean, just last week I got a call about a tour group that made its numbers up within that week, and they're coming today.
All right.
Surprise. Cool.
Yeah. Now, how much, like, when they're coming to town, are you showing them around? Are they just kind of exploring and maybe you bump into them? What are those interactions like? Like, how planned are they, I guess?
It depends. So the 4th of July weekend, we had a group come down on Friday, the Friday before the 4th, and they just came down. I had no prior notice. They just showed up in the museum's like, oh, we have a group. Awesome. So when that happens, we make do. So I unfortunately was not in town. I was on vacation for the 4th, but the library director was. So she was able to come over, give them a tour, tell them where to go. So there's always people that we will call if there's groups that just show up. It's a small town. So I'm going to find out somehow before they leave. I'll know that they're in town.
Okay.
And I'll make sure people can go greet them. They get shown around. If I'm aware of the tour, I have like this tour calendar where the businesses can see who's coming in at what times. And then I create my schedule around those groups. If it's a last minute tour, though, sometimes my schedule is already created, in which case then usually the museum director will do the tour. Sometimes my husband gets roped in.
Okay.
He has a very flexible schedule. And I mean, he knows what I do and where I take them. He's been a part of that since I started. So he likes that too. Likes might be a strong word at times. He gets voluntold that he needs to help out. And then my boss comes in and helps out too whenever I'm not in town and we have groups that, come in. But most of the time, like 95% of the time, it's me they see and they'll make arrangements with me. And if it's a like car group, we'll block off the street. They'll either do usually they'll do coffee and pastries or they'll do a lunch. So I get that coordinated for them. And then for our groups, if they have time, we'll do guided tours of the grain elevator, of downtown, of the museum, whatever they're looking for. I give them all the options and I let them choose what best fits their time. For our bus tours that come through, they only have usually 45 minutes to an hour. They're on a pretty tight schedule because they have 14 days to get all the way out to California.
Sure.
They're moving and grooving. So usually they'll come in, they'll eat lunch. During lunch, I'm telling them about the town, stuff to see, quirky facts, those sorts of things. Get them laughing while they're eating, tell them where they can go, show them where the guidebooks are, and then they kind of get released to go out into the town. And if they have any questions, they always know I'll be inside the Welcome Center, so I can direct them. I can show them if they have more specifics. But a lot of the times, once I kind of give that spiel at the beginning, those group people, they just like to wander around, and they'll wander throughout town. Sometimes they'll stick back and they'll ask more questions about town if they're curious about it. Usually we'll have a museum volunteer upstairs, so they'll ask the people upstairs too. So it's not guided tours per se, but they have the option if they want to take a guided tour.
Has Atlanta always been this much of a hotbed for tourism, I guess?
It's hard to say. I know since the Bunyan Giant came, yes, but it's been growing as more and more companies know about Atlanta. A lot of times they'll kind of go around on the interstate. So it's a lot of I'm reaching out to tour groups and letting them know, hey, we can be a convenient stop for you. Because, I mean, usually they'll just go all the way to Springfield, and that's a long drive to get to in a day. So I always pitch Atlanta to these companies as a nice way to break up the trip, see that classic small town Route 66 Americana type vibe, which, I mean, you're not going to really get that in Bloomington Normal. You're not going to get the same feel in Springfield. Even Pontiac, it's a big Route 66 town. It's not the same as a town of 1,800 people and Route 66 there. So
even Lincoln to a degree.
Yeah, in Lincoln, it's really hard for the buses to park because there's not a ton of parking in their downtown area for that. And there's so many businesses that you can't really block off sections of street for that. We're able to accommodate these groups more easily. Plus, they get a meal. They get to really see all the things they want to. They don't feel like they're missing out. So whenever I approach companies, that's really my pitch to them is, hey, to make us a stop, look at all these things that your clients can experience that, it's very unique to Central Illinois and to Atlanta specifically that you're not going to find elsewhere. And they like that.
Yeah,
too.
it's amazing the amount of coordination you do for these folks.
It's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be stressful, but it's really fun. Like tailoring each trip to the individual group and kind of, some of them want more special things, and that makes it fun for me because it's not the same cookie cutter every single time. It's very different based on the group, what they're looking for, what they want to do, and all that good stuff.
Sure. Whitney, I got to let you go, unfortunately. Thanks for coming out with us. Whitney Ortiz, Atlanta, Illinois Tourism Bureau. Our guest in studio. Network News is next.
The Big 1520 WHOW Clinton, 92.3 FM, W222